My name is Simon Peter. One day, my partners and I were cleaning out our nets after a long, hard night of fishing. Jesus was preaching to the many people who would follow him from here to there, listening to his every word. He asked if he could sit on my boat, so I rowed him out a bit so his voice would carry. And after he was done teaching, he asked if I could just row him out a little bit further and throw my nets in the water. I told him it was pointless. We had worked all night and had nothing to show for our efforts. But I did as he asked. We caught so many fish that our nets began to break as we tried to pull them in. So many fish that the weight of them began to sink both of our boats. I fell to my knees, feeling sinful and faithless before his holy presence. He told me I would no longer catch fish, but men. Now, I did not fully understand what he meant by this, but I left my boats, my fish, I left my livelihood to follow him, and I have never looked back. Tonight, he tells us one of these 12 men, his faithful disciples, will betray him. But I vainly promised to follow him even to death. But he looked me right in my eyes and told me, before the rooster crows, I will deny him 3 times. Deny him? Am I not the rock he called me to be? Am I not strong enough? Could I lose my Lord, my friend, because I am not strong enough?
I've been known as Peter's little brother Andrew. The day I was born. Years ago, I left the fishing business, followed that fiery preacher, John the Baptizer. He was anointed by God to prepare us for the coming of Messiah, and now I follow him. I love bringing people to Jesus. Brought my brother to Jesus, and have watched him grow to become the great leader he is today. I brought the boy with a lunch of 5 loaves and 2 fish to Jesus. I even brought the Gentiles to Jesus, because he is open and loving to anyone who is seeking the truth. Jesus has enemies in high places. Ones that would want to silence him, or even see him die. And now he speaks of a betrayer in our midst? Oh, please, do not let it be me who brings sorrow to my Lord. Is not?
I am James the Lesser, known as such to describe my stature, as well as to differentiate me from all of the other men named James. Since joining Jesus' group of followers, I have seen the most miraculous things. Jesus has the power to calm the sea. Even the wind and the rain obey his voice. Jesus has power over demons. He has thrown out evil spirits, and he's given us the power to do the same in his name. Jesus has the power of healing. He has taken away diseases that people have had for many years, even from birth. Beyond that, Jesus has the power to forgive sins. And now, one of these men at this dinner table, one who eats and drinks with him, will betray him. How can anyone not believe that he is the Lord, our Messiah, after walking and talking with him, after seeing prophecies fulfilled, proof after proof, miracle after miracle? He has called all of us to follow him. Who could turn away? Is it I?
Is it I? Is it I who will deny him? Is it I? Is it I? Is it I who will deny him tonight? We left behind the life we knew to follow him, forsaking all to labor at his side. We left our homes and families, we traveled with him. Now he says that one of us is going to betray him, and that he is it fulfilling every promise prophesied. We've seen firsthand what he can do. We know that everything is true. He says that one of us is going to betray him, and that he will be denied. Is it I? Is it I? Is it I who will deny him tonight?
My name is James. John is my younger brother. We used to work in the fishing industry with Peter and Andrew. Jesus called us on the same day he called Peter, and we went with him. We thought he would establish his kingdom on earth, and we would all be his right-hand man. Jesus called John and I the sons of thunder. Ha! Actually, we're the sons of Zebedee, a rich and powerful man in this community who has close personal friends who are religious leaders. I had thought that this might assure me a place of prominence and power in his new kingdom. In fact, my mother said I should sit at Jesus' right hand when he claimed the throne, and that John should sit at his left. After all, it was we who he invited to the mountain, We saw him transfigured. His face shone like the sun, and the voice of God spoke from heaven. He chose me. He chose each of us. How could any of us betray him? We saw his perfect adherence to the law. We heard the voice of God say, "This is my son." We saw countless miracles, healings, works no mere man could accomplish. For the few prophets of God.
My name is Matthew, and before I became a disciple of this man, Jesus, I worked for the Roman government as a tax collector. And one of the perks of this profession was skimming a little off the top of my own personal use. But knowing this man, I've come to realize I took advantage of my neighbors. I stole their hard-earned money and wages. Oh yes, I became wealthy. I hoarded those earthly treasures instead of seeking eternal ones. But now that it talks about one of us who will betray him, my heart has changed. I even had a feast at my home. I invited many of these disciples and others from that corrupt organization to come to see him. Oh yes, with the help, with the hope that they too would change. What? And betrayed them among them? Will the others suspect me? A known publican? A sinner? Oh Lord, is it I?
My name is Simon. Before Jesus called me, I was a member of the Zealots. We believe in God and that God alone rules over this holy nation of Israel. And we refuse to pay homage or taxes to any Roman governor. You know, it goes against my nature. But Jesus teaches us that God ordains all powers and governments on earth, allowing them to rule over us. And we must give our due and treat them with respect. Since following the Christ, I've tried to channel my zeal into telling others about Jesus, God's Son, and reaching out to people for his kingdom. Is there a spy among us? A Roman, perhaps. How could any follower of Jesus Christ question his power and authority? He's God. He is God. He is our King. He is greater than any government. Could I somehow revert to my old ways? Could I, Simon, betray my King? Lord, could I? I am called Bartholomew by some, Nathaniel by others. I've always been a devout student of the Scripture and a follower of John the Baptist. It's my brother Philip who first told me of Jesus of Nazareth, saying he was the one whom the prophets had written, coming to save the world. At first I was skeptical. Jesus of Nazareth? What possible good can come from Nazareth? Dirty, immoral, filthy place. But John said he was the Lamb of God, here to take away the sins of the world. Then I met Jesus for the first time. It was as if he knew my innermost thoughts. And I knew at once what he was offering was more intimate than my religion had ever offered before. For over 1,000 years, we have celebrated the Feast of the Passover, remembering the bitter slave with the bitter herbs, remembering the 10 plagues with the 10 drops from the goblet, remembering how the blood of the sacrificial lamb caused the angel of death to pass over the Israelites, saving their firstborn. Remembering that very important story of how the Israelites fled Egypt in such haste that they could not take leavened bread, but instead baked unleavened bread by the warmth of the sun. And now Jesus offers this unleavened bread and says, "Take and eat, for this is my body." And he offers a cup and says, "Take, this is my blood. Do this in remembrance of me." How could I possibly betray my friend? Jesus, could I?
My name is Philip. Jesus came to me one day when I was working and simply said, "Follow me." I spent an entire day with Jesus. And I was convinced that this man, this fulfilled promise, is actually God here among us. Recently, thousands of men and women, families, are sitting at a hillside listening to him teach. And Jesus asked me, where could we find bread to feed them all? At once, I thought only about the actual physical cost of such an adventure. Why? Our treasure does not hold such funds. But Jesus, oh Jesus, took 5 tiny pieces of bread and 2 fish. He prayed over them, broke them into pieces. He fed 5,000. And we collected 12 basketfuls of leftovers. Could anyone deny the promised one? This divine presence in our midst? And to whom would that person deliver Jesus? To the vain and arrogant priest who refused to believe that God kept his promise? Or the pagan Roman government who feared a rival? Could any one of us forget his power? His compassion? Could I forget? No.
carpenter hands, rough, weathered hands, and yet so gentle and loving. His hands reached out and touched a leper, and the disease was erased from his body. His hands reached out and touched Peter's mother-in-law, and her fever disappeared. His hands reached down and lifted Jairus' daughter from her deathbed. His hands had opened the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf, and healed the bones of the lame. Countless infirmities, illnesses, deformities, all gone. His hands reached out to bless the children when others would have turned them away. His hands reached down to scoop up Peter from the churning sea, which would have swallowed him. His hands blessing and breaking bread, holding in prayer. Such simple gestures, and yet so profound. His hands that have shown mercy and kindness, give love and healing. His hands that have worshipped his Father. They are the hands of God in this very room. All of us have seen the miracles that his hands have performed. All of us have been served by those hands. And now he tells us one of us is going to betray him into the hands of an enemy. Lord, that is the truth. Is it I?
I am John, the beloved disciple. Beloved. Loved by Jesus. Loved by the one who was at the beginning with God. Loved by the one who is greater than all of us. And yet, washes our feet, setting an example of humility and servitude. Oh, you might think that because Jesus calls me his beloved, that I have a reason to be proud. Oh, how I've learned that the opposite is true. I once thought I might hold a place of power and prestige in his kingdom. But he has shown me over and over that the war he wages is a spiritual battle. He reaches out to the needy, the pauper. He does not seek out the rich and powerful. He dines in the homes of sinners and common folk, not the elite. I once saw him equally befriend a well-known Pharisee and an immoral woman, forgiving both. God sent his Son because he loved the world, the lowly, and me. So much that he does not want any one of us to perish, but to have everlasting life. This Jesus, he is the way. He is the truth. He is life. Even though we are his closest friends and followers, I don't think we truly understand the depth of his love. I believe he would give his life for mine. How could I not do the same? Will my pride cause me to stumble? Will I betray him? Could I? And Lord, is it I?
I've been watching Jesus speak around this table tonight, and I simply do not understand. Talks meant to comfort. Noah talks of confusion and suspicion. Talks of betrayal. Noah talks of misunderstanding. I don't want him to go. We need him right here, right now. I sometimes marvel that I, Thomas, have seen him with my own eyes. I have touched my Lord and Master with these own hands. I have witnessed miracles and changing lives. Yet we do not know where he is going. Is there something that I have done or am going to do to contribute to this betrayal he speaks of? Has he seen my fear and my doubt?
Did I?
I am Judas Iscariot, the treasurer for this group. I have followed Jesus, but I am growing tired of his reluctance to take a stand against our oppressors. Oh, I believe he is who he says he is, but why would God send a Messiah for this? To wash feet and to serve bread? I have no need of a spiritual king. We need a political king, one who will rise up and overthrow these Roman tyrants. Thousands of people follow him every day, over rivers, across mountainsides, just to hear him speak. Surely he could put together an army in no time. Something must be done to force him to make his move, to lead us to victory, to usher in the promised kingdom. A betrayer among us, indeed. All these men look at one another suspiciously around this table, wondering, guessing, accusing. They look inwardly and ponder their own motivations. But why do they sit here like sheep waiting for a shepherd? Someone must do something. Well, I have. Tonight, the elders and the chief priests will help him usher in the new kingdom. History will thank me for this. Oh, yes. Someone has betrayed me. Perhaps all of us will do so before this night is over. Master, is it I?
We come to your table to take up the bread and the wine. We come to your table to know you, to share the divine, to hear once again of your grace, of the Passover Lamb, sacrifice and redemption, your merciful plan, from before time began, from before time began. You are the bread, blessed art thou, O Lord, our God, King of the universe, who bringest forth bread from the earth. You are the bread of life, take and eat, never hunger again, never hunger again. You are the one, blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. You are the wine, the blood that is shed. You are the bread. You are the bread. You are the bread. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who bringest forth bread from the earth. You are the bread of life. Take and eat, never hunger again, never hunger again. You are the wine, blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. You are the wine, the blood that is shed. You are the bread. You are the bread. You are the wine, the blood that is shed.